Okay, 1.3 is short and sweet. Okay, so observational studies, like we were talking about, can also be conducted by administering a survey. Okay, when administering a survey, we must first identify the population that is to be targeted. So a random sampling is the process of using chance to select individuals from a population to be included in the sample. If convenience is used to obtain a sample, the results of the survey are meaningless. Okay? The survey must be representative of the characteristics of the individuals in the population. The key is to let chance or randomness play a role. Okay? All right. So, we're going to eventually discuss 4 basic sampling techniques: simple random sampling, stratified sampling, systematic sampling, and cluster sampling. But right now, we're just going to focus on simple random sampling. So if we have a sample of size lowercase n, and I'm going to explain these in just a minute, from a population of size uppercase N, okay, obtained through simple random sampling, means every possible sample of size n excuse me, has an equally likely chance of occurring. Then this sample is called a simple random sample. So uppercase N is for population, lowercase n for sample. Okay? So, suppose a study group consists of the 5 students, Bob, Patricia, Mike, Jan, and Maria. 2 of the students must go to the board to demonstrate a homework problem. List all possible samples of size 2. So just a convenient way when you're asked to do this is, let's just start with Bob and pair Bob with Patricia, Bob with Mike, Bob with Jan, Bob with Maria. That's the her pairs of 2 that Bob can be associated with. So then I'd move to Patricia. But I've already got him with her with Bob. So that leaves Patricia with Mike, Patricia with Jan, Patricia with Maria. Now that I've exhausted all those possibilities, I can move to Mike. So Mike and Jan, Mike and Maria. And then that only leaves Jan and Maria. Okay. So from this list, we can see that there's 4, 7, 10 possibilities, right? 10 possible samples of size 2. Okay, and the probability that Patricia and Maria is selected then is 1 out of 10. Mike and Jan, 1 out of 10. Okay, so how do we select the individuals? This is an individual group, an object, right? Doesn't mean individual person when we talk about individuals, remember. Here's an individual. There are 10 individuals in this study. Well, one thing we could do for something this small, we could just write them all on a piece of paper. Since we've listed every combination, throw them in a hat and just stir them up and draw them out of the hat. That would be random. But usually the size of the population is so large that performing simple random sampling like that is not really practical. So first of all, we need a frame, and that's what we have here. A frame is simply a list of all the individuals within the population, right? A list of all the individuals in the population. Okay, so then after you get your frame, you list the individuals in the frame from 1 to n. In our previous case, it would be 1 to 10. And then we're either going to use a random number table, a calculator, or some kind of statistical software to randomly generate n numbers, where n is the desired sample size. And of course, we're going to use a graphing calculator. Okay, we're not going to talk about that in detail right now. We're just talking about what does it mean to be a simple random sample. List all your individuals in the sample. And then here we are. Here's another example. The 112th Congress of the United States had 435 members in the House of Representatives. So we're just going to explain how to conduct a simple random sample of 5 members to attend a presidential luncheon. Okay, so first we just put the members in alphabetical order. That's one way, right? Order them in some way. Make your list like we did in the previous example. Number them from 1 to 435. And then randomly select 5 numbers using a random number generator. Okay, so we're going to eventually do this on our calculators, but not right now. But you may need to explain this in your homework. So first, you will set the seed. Okay, the seed can be any non-zero number. Then generate the random numbers. Match the generated random numbers to the corresponding representatives. In other words, our calculator is going to tell us to pick the 3rd one, the 400th one, the 12th one, the 10th one, right? And we'll match those to our list. Okay, so that's the steps for obtaining a simple random sample. List all the individuals, 1 to n. Use your calculator to tell you which ones to select. Details on using the calculator will be forthcoming. I do not believe you will need it for this homework assignment. All right, we'll see you next time.